appreciate all of you coming back today. And I know this is our third session meeting together, and last week we kind of talked about what some ground rules we wanted to have about, maybe not talking over each other and trying to hear each other out and just try to get through a few things. So tell me, how did the week go this past week at home? How were things?
Tense as usual.
Yeah.
No different.
No different?
I mean, I think we've tried.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway.
Try to be positive. I think it's difficult. I feel like some of us maybe aren't honest with each other. I think some of us are maybe dancing around other people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed at the church. I mean, I haven't felt comfortable at the house, so it's a lot to have to process right now.
Right. I noticed your wife didn't come today.
Yeah, she can't really come to grips with this right now, so.
Okay. Well,
I
maybe.
mean, we didn't raise our kids like this, or at least we tried not to.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. So Wendy, how are things going with your job search?
Still applying, even though someone doesn't think I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. See? I'm trying to get a job. It's not that I don't want a job.
Right. So whenever you got out of college, Mr. Battle, how were things for you when you were?
Well, I mean, I guess I was on a different path. I mean, I went through seminary and I had a position already ready for me when I got out. I went through college and made sure that my career path was ready when I got out. So, I mean, when you go to college and you take a major that really is not very fruitful for employment, then that's going to cause tension. So,
Well, how does that make you feel, Wendy?
I mean, times are different. So plenty of people have difficulty finding a job. It's not like it just instantly happens. I worked hard through college, my grades were fine, and stop rolling your eyes.
and it's true. Times are different. However, going to school to pursue your dreams, I totally get. But you also have to be realistic when you come home. That you have to make sure that you're doing something that's going to make you a productive citizen. And if you're
Which
going
apparently
to
job
school,
applying is not being a good citizen.
oh no, you're being productive in that sense. But the market is so limited in what you're wanting to do. I mean, if I wanted to be a writer, I would have a hard time finding a job, because even though I'd love to write, I knew that wasn't in the cards. It's something that I'm passionate about, but. So I write scriptures. I write things for preparing my lessons for Sundays and Wednesdays. I mean, that's what's so frustrating. Your mother and I have supported you wholeheartedly through this whole process.
And yet you're kicking me out now.
Well, you have to learn that there's a time when you just have to understand that there's a time to be on your own. I mean, it just is.
So Dad, can I stop you for just one second?
Sure.
So Kate, I see you over here shaking your leg. What does that mean?
I just think it's pretty funny that he says that he supports her and everything that she's done, but I feel like with my situation, I have no support.
Really?
And yeah, I do. Have I made some poor choices? Sure. But, everyone is not on the same path in life. And I just feel like I'm going down a different path that might be what he wants or his path or what he chose, but it doesn't make my path or her path any right or wrong.
I think that's the issue, is that they don't see anything besides, like, it's their path and nothing else is correct.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like your parents could be more supportive of you?
I don't know, maybe telling me, letting me know, it's okay, I know that I made a mistake, we're here for you through it. I feel like my dad is giving Wendy tough love, and he's wants her to be a productive citizen, he's kicking her out to do that, but with me, I feel like I'm constantly being berated and judged upon. Like he said, he doesn't come home. I don't know, maybe show me some type of love. I don't know, I feel very alone on this journey that I'm going down.
Right. How could your dad be more So, Dad, what do you think? I mean, how do you feel
Well, I mean,
like,
it's, I don't know,
I mean, with what Kate is asking, I mean, how do you feel? Is that something you feel like you could do? Are there things that you feel like you could do?
well, I mean, it's really frustrating right now because, this was not anything that was expected. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from you, please don't think this, but I mean, she's always been like the honor student. She's been the one who's always gone and done all the extra. She was in school, she's at a private school. She got there not because we have money, she got there because her grades are great and they wanted her there. I mean, she was on a scholarship to go there, and then all of a sudden she's skipping classes and she's not going to class. She's coming in late. I mean, her whole pattern changed. And it's not that we don't like the boy that she likes. It's not that we don't like him. We do like him. We just don't like the choice that they made. And we as parents don't know how to handle that, because that's not the way, again, that's not the way that we have brought our kids up. And it's hard to come to grips with that.
Right. Do you feel like there's some way that you are going to be able to move past this and be able to support her where she is now?
Well, I think it's gonna be time. It's just time. I mean, it's just gonna take time.
Well, you only got 9 months.
It's more than that. It's gonna be past the birth of a child. I mean, did we expect to be grandparents at this age? No. I mean, did we expect to be grandparents? Yes, absolutely. But it's something that's gonna take time, because we feel, it's kind of like, you know, you feel this resentment, kind of, not resentment, what am I thinking of? You feel disappointed because you know that they know better. I know that Kate knows better than to go down that path.
Do you feel
But
like
that was her,
You
but,
literally just called your child a disappointment.
It's not even about that. So
Well-
you just said, I've been perfect my whole life. I've been doing everything right my whole life, and I make one mistake and it's like everything has gone to hell. Like, I
but
don't.
it's a whole different mistake than just cheating on a test.
It is a big mistake.
Or wrecking a car.
Absolutely.
So I think that's that's something that we have preached in our home. I mean, our values and the things that we talk about at church and at our dinner table. And I think that's why that's hard to deal with, as opposed to Wendy, who has a whole different set of issues that
Wow, we are just one hell of a group of children for him to have.
I'm not trying to be negative, but
See,
But
this
why?
is the problem that we have, is that he is constantly being negative. You've not heard me raise my voice, you've not heard her raise her voice, he's not raising his voice necessarily, but I just feel like we're constantly being attacked for the choices that we've made in our life.
We're not them.
is there, I would like for you to go back, if you could go back and think about how you felt about Wendy and Kate before this time. How did you feel about them before they were in the positions where they are now? How did you feel about them?
I felt fine. I mean, I didn't have any problems with anything
Yeah, because
that
if we're
was
on
going on.
the tight leash, it's fine.
Well,
And
it's
if you
not-
we step off,
Let me
I
ask
don't know that you were on a tight leash. I think I even expressed to you when you went off to college, at first, I was like, are you sure that this is what you wanna do? Because you're gonna have a struggle at the end. And you said, yeah, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be great, and then you go to college for 4 years, and you do awesome in college. I mean, your mother and I are so proud of what you've accomplished.
So then what's the difference
However-
with her? I'm going to
however-
college.
Well, that's a whole different
so
set.
if she gets a job and has a baby, like after college, does that make her a better person than I am? Like
No, it doesn't. You're both two separate people going on a separate path.
neither path
Here's
is right.
here's what I
Or is
feel. See, what
acceptable.
I feel
Right.
is
Neither
when
path
I
is
try to
acceptable.
explain how I feel about something, then one throws something at me that's oh well, because you feel that way, then what about me? Or because of this, what about me? So the thing I'm trying to explain is that Kate made a decision. Did she think about the consequences of the decision, positive or negative, afterwards? I can't say. That's her choices. But the choice that she made affects the entire family. Wendy's probably excited. We haven't had that conversation if she's excited that we're gonna have a child in the, exactly, I didn't. Her mother and I feel a little bit disappointed because that was not what we had hoped for our kids. Because it's a hard road for her now. She's probably gonna go to college and do great. We'll take care of our grandchild and have no issues doing that while she goes to school to support her. But it's gonna take time for us to get over that and to embrace the whole situation. I mean, you can't, it's like you spring something on somebody and they have to process it. Some people can process it very quickly. Some people it takes a little more time.
And
So-
it feels
Let me
like it's
ask
gonna
you-
take forever.
They'll take care of the baby, but they're taking me out of the house.
Okay, let
See,
me
that's
ask,
what I'm talking
I'm
about.
gonna ask y'all to
That's
do
what I'm
something,
talking
okay? Wendy, I want you to switch places with your dad. I want both of you to switch seats right quick. I want you to switch, okay?
That's awkward.
Isn't it though? Okay, so I think it's great that you and your sister have a very close, supportive relationship. I think that's great.
We only have each other.
I think that's great. However, I want your dad to talk to you about your situation, and then I want your dad to talk to you about your situation. I want it to be individualized. I think it's great that both of you support each other. But I wanted to become more individualized so that he can focus on you and so that you can focus on her. Do you see what I'm trying to
Oh,
do?
yeah.
So that maybe you can get more focused on what's going on with her, and you can be more supportive of her. And then you can also give your attention to Kate and become more focused on Kate.
Yeah, I can see.
Do you see what
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
understand.
do? And then y'all can still be supportive of each other, but I want you to be able to kind of separate the two out. Become a little bit more individualized. So, Wendy, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to talk to your dad and tell him how he can be a little bit more supportive towards you during this time that you've just gotten out of college and you're seriously looking for a job. So can you talk to him about how you're feeling right now?
I mean, I'm frustrated. Like, I'm disappointed that I can't get a job either. But to hear you guys blame me all the time that, like, it's my fault is ridiculous. And to kick me out when, if I had a job, sure, I get it. Tell me to leave or ask me to pay rent. But, like, right now, you're pretty much asking your child to be homeless because I don't have a job. And I don't think, like, it's not that I'm not contributing around here, but you're throwing me out into whatever, and it's, it's annoying, and ridiculous. Yeah, you're gonna take care of the
We'll
little
talk
baby.
about you right now. Just talk about you.
So, I mean, that's all I can say. Like, I did fine these last 4 years, and it's like, that doesn't matter because also now I can't get a job, and that's what matters now. It's not that I'm not trying, you see that.
Hold on one second.
But
Hold on.
here's the, okay, I can certainly have no issue with you staying here. That's not, I have no issue with that. The problem that I have is that from the word go, when you left to go to college, it has been an argument back and forth for 4 years. We paid for you to go to school, you got some scholarship money, we got you through school, okay? And that was wonderful. I voiced my reservations about what you were pursuing, because I had thought that you would have some struggles getting a job, and you are, okay? I don't know what else that I can do. I mean, I understand that you think this is ridiculous, but our goal is to have you be productive after school. And right now, there's just tension. There has been tension for 4 years.
And there's not gonna be more tension when I'm on the streets?
Okay, again, I can keep you here at the house. I can let you stay here, and that's not a problem.
Okay, so.
But the problem that I have is that, how much longer are we gonna fight, have tension in
Well,
the
how
house.
can we fight?
I'm
You don't
angry.
come home.
Well, I don't, because I don't wanna fight anymore. I'm tired of fighting. I fought with you for 4 years.
Okay.
And before that, we had never even raised our voices with each other.
Okay, so can I say something real quick? How about if we set a goal? Can we set a goal? Wendy, could you possibly maybe keep your dad informed about how you're doing, how your production is going, how you're looking for a job, what you're doing? Just kind of keep him up to date. Would that be reasonable?
Sure. If it keeps a roof over my head, I guess I don't really have a choice.
Well,
So I'll take the roof. So we'll go with it. And you have to be, if I'm doing that, you have to accept that my methods are okay with you. Just because I didn't do it your way, doesn't mean my way is wrong.
I'm not asking you to do it my way. I would like to be informed because, I mean, we don't. You say that you're looking for a job and everything, but we don't. Your mom has shared with me that we haven't heard a word about how things are going.
That's
with
because mom's
the
in her
job
bedroom all
search.
day long, so that's not my fault that she's not involved.
so
Well,
Dad, if Wendy gives you that, what can you give back to her as far as support?
A headache,
Rent.
rent.
Wait a second now.
I mean, I can give her support of being at the house. I mean, she's been at the house now since she got out of college.
Right, and that's a
So, I mean,
tangible support.
And I'm fine, again, I don't have an issue with her being there as long as we can be civil with one another like we were before college.
Okay, so Wendy, do you feel like that is a reasonable goal? Do you feel like you're being supported?
I'll say yes now, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. So that, do both of you feel like that's something that can be done that is reasonable?
I think it's reasonable.
Okay? Okay, so it's almost time for us to wrap up. Kate, I'm sorry we haven't gotten a lot of time to you, but is,
I'm used to it.
no. Is there something that we feel like that we can work out with you where your dad can be more supportive towards you, or that you can work on over the next week before we come back next week?
I think there are too many issues in this room to be resolved anytime soon, but, I guess like if he just came home more and we could work on it that way, I think that might be a, you know,
Which I think
extending an
is-
olive branch or a step in the right direction. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, we exist.
Dad, what do you think? Would you be able to come home more this week? Would you be able to commit to more nights this week to come home?
Yeah, I mean, I could do that.
Would it be too much to ask that y'all could have dinner together?
Like the two of us or all of us?
All of you, as a family, could all of you sit down and eat dinner together? Maybe 1 or 2 nights this week?
I think the three of us can certainly try, but since mom decided to stay home again, I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe the 3 of you, 'cause.
I'll talk to her and we'll make the effort.
Okay, so maybe the 3 of you, how many nights could you commit to eating dinner together this
One.
week?
Let's just start with one.
Okay, let's just start with 1. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's just start with 1. Eating together 1 night this week and work on getting mom to the table.
Yeah.
And maybe we can work on trying to get mom here next week too. Is that-
Good luck.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Okay, well, Dad, maybe you can work on that.
Yeah,
I really would like for mom to try to come.
sounds good.
Okay, all right, again, I really appreciate all of you coming today. I hope you feel like we got something accomplished. And we'll keep moving forward, okay? Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.